So it's Friday and it's time for another shadcn video, and shadcn just dropped this screenshot and he's saying that, I don't know why my ad blocker is in the way, but he's saying that these new components are being dropped. And I saw a few things here that we don't have in the set. Like if you look closely, there's a button here that is rounded, there's an input that is rounded. So there's probably a few more things, but I felt like, okay, I can already add a few things to the set. And maybe we will, just have more ready whenever this drops, which would normally be next week. And while working on this, I essentially started with the first thing I saw, which is that the icon button now has like a rounded variant. And I also saw that the input also has a rounded variant. So we have the input here. And actually, I haven't really checked what it looks like in dark mode, but it should be all right, since essentially the only thing I changed was that I added this roundness property, and I just made a copy of the existing component. You can see that these components are getting pretty huge, and that is a problem, because how do you edit them? And in this video, I want to show you how I edit the components in a way that is still realistic. I just put a bit of strain on my system by changing into dark mode. But we would imagine that if this input has a round variant, we also want to use the input file with the round variant. So how would I go about making this variant of the plugin? So it's really a combination of a variant of the component, sorry. It's really a combination of several things. So a few weeks ago, we released something called Obra shadcn UI tools. And within these tools, we have these, I'll just zoom in on my UI a little bit more. We have this thing called dprop star. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the component itself, and I should click dprop star. And what's going to happen is that it's going to remove all the prop star documentation, allowing me to then basically make my variant different. So in this case, I'm going to add a roundness one. I'm going to keep the default at default. I'm going to put it at the top here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into everything here, and basically I'll just select all the variants. I use Q in this case, the Q key, and I'll just duplicate and put another roundness on those. So I'll add a new roundness value and I'll call it round. And then for this, I will put the appearance at 999, so infinite. So we put the, I don't know why that's in spacing. That's a bug. I should fix that. It's actually the border radius that should be infinite. But let's just use this variable for now, because the point of the video is how would you go about making like a change to a component where you have a lot going on. So right now we have the problem that all of these are kind of like on top of each other, right? So the next thing I would do is drag out to approximately the size that I want. And then I would use a plugin called Simulator, and I would choose one of the round ones, and I would filter on the bottom right radius. And now with the selection limited to the root frame, I only have those round ones selected. So I'm moving them out with the keyboard just to make sure that, we visibly see like all of the variants next to each other, right? And then the next thing you're going to want to do is, instead of manually aligning them, you would use this plugin called Groupify. And within Groupify, so you can set up the outer padding of your component set, and then you can see like, okay, what should it be? Let's just put 24 between every variant here. I think that doesn't look that good between the states, so let's maybe put like 32. And I think this is fine. Maybe it could look a little bit better with 32 here as well. Let's maybe just use 32 in general between everything. I think that's kind of what I'm going for. So now that I have this this setup, I also want to make sure that things are sorted the way I want. So roundness is kind of like a main property, default first, then the round. And the reason I want this is that I want people who want to simplify the set to be able to just drag a box here and basically delete the whole right set. Like if you know that in your design system you will never use a round variant, then maybe you just delete that. But the shadcn UI kit is kind of becoming big in a way. We're trying to support all features from shadcn, but this also comes with its own complexity. The last thing you want to do is run prop star again. So if you run prop star again and create the property table, you will see that this becomes very, very wide, right? Like this is looking in outline mode, this is becoming very wide. So perhaps we can optimize this in a way that it doesn't become as wide. I'm not sure if I can actually do that in this case because there's just a lot of props, and prop star doesn't support changing the layout of the table. So I think in this case, we might be stuck with this style of work, but let's analyze it. We have default and round, and we have regular, and then that seems to be creating like most of the width that you have regular, large. So the size itself is the one that's creating a very wide area. So let's maybe play with the logic here. So if we put the size more down and we put file chosen as a primary one, maybe the shape of what we're going for will look better. So this one is already a bit less wide, which is good. And perhaps if I put the size at the bottom, it will be even better. So let's see, create property table. No, that's about the same. So I'll put the size in the middle, and that's just for testing sake, put state at the very top, and let's see what the shape of the table is. The shape also kind of looks the same. So let's do it this way. First roundness, then file chosen, then the size, and then the state. I run groupify again to make sure that it sticks with that logic. And then I run prop star again, create a property table. And then I use the Obra shadcn tools to run the post prop star treatment. And what this essentially does is it's gonna move this set in here. So now next thing to do is fix the auto layout on this this one. It seems to have like a max width or fixed width. So we need hug contents, and then basically we're done with our input file. But another thing that I do to work cleanly is that I would then like move everything into like its own row. Like I would make sure that everything is like on the same row here. But then to do the spacing between all of those components correctly, I would run another plugin where I put as part of the like design systems helper, I put 256 horizontal spacing. So this video shows you how to make a new variant in a component that is already complex. And we're doing that through a series of plugins. And I'll just repeat the plugins that we used. So the first one is Obra shadcn UI tools. There's one called groupify, there's one called prop star, and there's one called simulator. So those are essentially the plugins that I'm using to get this done in a quicker way. And I'm using a few shortcuts. So one shortcut I'm using is Q. It's for the multi-edit. It's a standard Figma shortcut. I'm also using the enter keys to traverse between the layers. So we have enter and we have tab. It's for traversing the layer tree. And what we're also using is the command slash menu. So that's command plus slash. And we're using that to basically open this menu in Figma where we start running plugins from there. I think that's mostly what we use. Of course, we use the command click for a deep selection. So if we need a deep selection, we use command click. And to move layers around with the keyboard, we use command, and then we have like the arrow keys, for example, the right arrow key. So those are the shortcuts I'm using in this technique. So I hope this helps someone if you have to modify the kit, if you have to want to do an addition to like an already complex component, then it's good to know about these plugins.